The next step is implementing mantras. Now, here's the thing, and I bet you've experienced this before. Give me a call if you haven't. So you read an inspirational book, or you go to a motivational seminar, or you watch something that really fires you up, and you're enthused, and you're feeling great for a while, and maybe even helps you, be more productive for a certain span of time. But sooner or later, you forget. You forget about that emotion, or you lose that emotion. You forget about the thoughts that created the emotion to begin with. And then, before you know it, you're sucked back into a giant to-do list, being pulled in multiple directions, having that feeling of overwhelm that we discussed earlier. This happens to the best of us, and it will control you if you don't turn around and control it. This is where mantras come into play. As you feed your mind every single day, and as you learn things about yourself, what inspires you, what motivates you, what makes you feel strong and empowered to attack your tasks versus falling victim to your tasks, all of these little insights that you learn and gain along the way as you go through your success journal become little hints for you as things that you should be creating as mantras. Mantras are basically reminders to yourself, ways of reinforcing the mindset lessons or the things that are motivating you on a daily basis. So when you think back and you go, man, why was I so motivated that day? And why am I feeling so down right now? Using your success journal, you can revisit those lessons. And then with mantras, you can have a series of statements that you can use that will actually help you recreate the emotion when you lose it. So what is a mantra? Look at bullet number 2 here on the screen. It's simply just a short statement or a phrase that you use to remind yourself about how you want to be, the type of person you want to be. And if you document the mantras that work well for you, and you write them down every single day in your journal, then you can revisit, reread them, and rewrite them as often as you need to recreate that powerful or empowering state that we talked about earlier. An example of a mantra might be, I aggressively attack my to-do list versus if maybe your old mindset is, I get overwhelmed by my to-do list. Or I take pride in being the hardest worker in my business or in my company or whatever it may be. Again, reinforcing the idea of hard work is part of your self-image, is part of the definition of who you are. Or a mantra to yourself might be, I am brave and bold and express myself fully every day, right? This is the kind of stuff you can use to remind yourself and to train yourself of the type of person that you're trying to become. Maybe you're not there yet, right? Maybe you're a little bit reserved. If you say this particular mantra to yourself, reminding yourself that, hey, I need to be bold. I need to express myself in every situation possible. Slowly but surely, you become that person. And you may be feeling great when you do this ritual in the morning, right? You're reading a success-based book and you're reading all these stories of people who have overcome challenge, and you're in the moment and you feel great, but as your day goes on, you forget it. When you have these mantras, not only in your mind, but documented in your journal so you can read them and then write them as often as you need to recreate those emotions, now you're setting yourself apart. Now you're giving yourself an opportunity to actually change your personality. So here's what we're going to do. Your to-do at this stage of the game is to create a phrase or a sentence for each mindset that you want to remember during the day. So maybe as you're going through your success books or watching videos that inspire you, and you connect with a way of being, a certain style of personality, and that's who you really want to be. That's the type of person you want to act and behave as. Then you can create a mantra that reminds yourself that this is who I am. This is who I intend to be on a daily basis. You can document that phrase as a mantra in your success journal and revisit it as often as you need to. Not only revisit it, rewrite it as often as you need to as well, because sometimes the act of writing it will create the emotions more powerfully than simply reading it. But because you have your journal here and you're documenting things daily, then you have the opportunity to do that as often as you see fit.